Welcome to episode 22, I believe it is, not 21, as I labeled it myself, of A Muggle's Perspective, the Harry Potter podcast where we make fun of Braden. Braden, how are you?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing?
I'm good. I've got to imagine that you are kind of a little bit tired, I would guess, running yourself ragged with the new job and the commute and everything, but
yeah,
I appreciate that you're making time for our loyal listeners, for all three of our loyal listeners / patrons. So shout out to Carla.
Yep. Yeah, I'm a little tired, but yeah, I'm ready to talk through the Dementors and Professor Hagrid and all of it.
Yeah, I was thinking of some kind of segue, like, I'm sure you don't feel as bad as Harry after he sees a Dementor, but it wasn't going to be very good. It was going to be about as good as what it ended up being. So yeah, like Braden said, today we're covering chapters 5 and 6 of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I'm going to switch up a little bit on you. Let's do some of our plugs here at the beginning. We want to encourage you to subscribe, rate, and review the show on iTunes, on Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts. That would really help us. Also, liking us on Facebook and participating in that. Rachel does a great job of posting to Instagram and Facebook, and we'd love for you to interact with us on that. I feel like sometimes people cut out like before the end of the episode, you know? Mm-hmm. So this way they can't skip the plugs.
Well done. Strategy.
Thanks. Braden, if they want to get in touch with us, what is the most direct way?
They could howl on the Howler.
Please just call in and howl.
Yeah, even if you don't actually say anything of the English language, like you could just call in and make your best wolf noise, your best Wolverine noise, whatever that means to you. But if you want to do that, or if you want to leave an actual message, we'd be cool with that too. It's 978-768-8370 or 978-Potter0. So we call that the Howler, which I think was cleverly named by Jeremy, producer Jeremy. Am I right?
Yeah, Jeremy or Jessica. They're basically the same person.
Yeah, one of the two. And that's basically just like essentially a phone line, and you can leave a voicemail, and we will play it aloud on the next episode, respond to it, assuming it is not full of profanity or something like that. But
yeah, I was trying to think. That's really the only scenario where we don't play it. Yeah. Besides that, we're just gonna play it.
Which we've never had one of those, but
no, we've only had 3, and one of them was Rachel. So that was good. It was so long. I remember it was a really long one. Anyway,
so that's the most direct way.
Yeah, that's my favorite way.
Yeah. But we also have our website, which, did you already talk about that?
I did not. mugglespodcast.com. That'll get you to links to subscribe, all the social media. That has an email link on it, which is good. So that's a handy way to recommend the show to people. Oh, just go to the website, Muggles Podcast.
Yeah.
And they can find us there, and then they're set.
Yeah, I feel like that has every avenue of communication we have, you can find it all in that one place. So
yeah, it's a good summation. Speaking of summations, Chapter 5, The Dementor. Braden, is that how you were pronouncing it in your head? Well, I guess you've been listening to it.
Yeah, but I did pronounce it that way beforehand. We were kind of talking about this before we started recording, because honestly, this was a real tough chapter for me to focus, because all I could think about was Prison Mike from The Office, where I'm not going to explain that. If you don't know what that is, just type Prison Mike into YouTube.
Yeah.
And you'll understand. So, it's hilarious.
Not a lot of Harry Potter references in The Office, but that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. More in Parks and Rec. You get more Harry Potter references.
Yeah, there is a good amount in Parks and Rec.
Yeah, Leslie's a big Harry Potter fan.
Yeah.
We sort of start out with a little bit of traveling. We've got to get from the Leaky Cauldron to Hogwarts with Harry and Hermione and all the Weasleys. And the first thing that I came up with is just the continued showdown of Scabbers versus Crookshanks. What do you think about this? Is this like a metaphor, or is this just like, yep, there's going to be this like D-level plot where a cat is going after a rat, and that's what's happening?
Yeah, I kind of view it as the D-level plot, but it's kind of fun. And the more I thought about it, though, by the end of the second chapter we read, which is 6, it is kind of metaphorical of Ron and Hermione's relationship at the time.
Okay, so Ron is like cowering in fear while Hermione attacks him.
Well, okay, so maybe it's not a perfect metaphor, but
it's not meant to be taken literally.
No, but the two are definitely not the best of friends at the end of chapter 6, and so it's just kind of ironic that these two chapters start with their pets going at each other. Mm-hmm. Really, mostly just Crookshanks going at Scabbers, but
Yeah, I mean, like, Ron keeps standing up for Scabbers, and he's like, you can't let Crookshanks out, Scabbers exists. He just keeps saying that.
Which is kind of a stupid reasoning.
Yeah, I mean, just because he's had his pet longer, I guess.
Well, and I just don't have any sympathy, because I think we've mentioned in previous episodes that I hate rats.
So true.
So, I can't really help Ron on this one. I don't even like cats, but I would definitely take cat before rat.
Yeah, I think we can all agree on that one. Okay, so we've got some Crookshanks and Scabbers, which is clearly a metaphor for Ron and Hermione. I liked on page 71, they get to the Ministry, and Mr. Weasley is, like, shadowing Harry, basically. And he says, we'll do this in pairs, there's so many of us. I'll go first with Harry. And it's just such a stark contrast to in Chamber of Secrets, where they all just kind of run through and leave Harry and Ron to be the last ones, and that's where they get stuck.
Hopefully they've learned from their lesson.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't send the, what are they, 12 now, 13?
Yeah, I guess they're 13, yeah.
Yeah, maybe don't send the 13-year-olds by themselves.
Yeah.
But I think it's more of rather than them learning their lesson from Chamber of Secrets, I think it's more like just the Weasleys' fear of Sirius Black.
Yeah, it's another indication that all of our senses are heightened right now, kind of on the lookout more than usual.
Yep.
So that was good. And then just not long after that, Arthur basically confronts Harry, and he's going to tell Harry all about the whole Sirius Black being after him situation.
Yeah.
Which I thought was touching.
It was. Do you think that he and Mrs. Weasley agreed on that? Or does he just do it behind her back? I wasn't really sure. I couldn't remember if it said explicitly, but I didn't really know how it read.
Okay, I'm going to turn to the end of chapter 4. Okay, I'm not going to read this whole section again. I thought that there was something about how Molly would generally defer to Arthur if need be. Like, well, I'll let you do what you want, but I would recommend this, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if they explicitly came to that conclusion, though, on page 65 or 66, as far as I'm seeing. But Molly's a supportive wife. I would think that.
Yeah, she does.
As the Ministry official.
She does, on page 66, say,
does she?
Well, Arthur, you must do what you think is right.
Right.
So, yeah,
That's
I
true.
guess they did sort of, she just sort of gave in, but...
I don't think she's happy about it. I don't think she, fully agrees still, but...
No.
She's going to stand with Arthur on it.
Yeah.
And so that's good, that he came to that conclusion in the end. Shows some faith in Harry.
Yeah, I thought Harry handles it really well.
Yeah, we've been saying this all book. He's so mature.
Yeah. For someone whose life hasn't been in danger the first, 3 years now at Hogwarts?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Countless times.
Yeah, he's just not scared of much anymore.
Yeah, Harry's seen it all.
And I really like, just as kind of like a side detail, how he's just stopped using the whole phrase of he who must not be named, or you know who. Like, he just doesn't care anymore.
Yeah, Harry's just over it. He just says Voldemort whenever he wants.
I've also noticed in the audiobooks that it's like a silent T.
Yeah.
On Voldemort.
Voldemort. It's like a French word.
Okay.
Meaning something with death. I don't remember what it means. It's not like a word. It's two French roots that would mean that.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of an invented word by JKR. So I think the French root is sort of where he can kind of get away with that. I see them as both valid pronunciations.
Yeah.
What I'm not sure is so valid is Arthur on the bottom of page 73 saying, "Promise me, Harry, that whatever happens." What is it? Swear to me you won't go looking for Black. Which is Harry wasn't thinking that at all, but now he is.
Yeah, I'm confused by that.
So that was one of the Let's see, I didn't put it as a prediction, but I want you to predict something with it. Why did Arthur say that? Does this have some sort of significance? Is there foreshadowing here?
Well, I mean, Harry has proved in the first 3 years that he's like not one to just sit back and let stuff happen. You know, he's more the adventurous, fearless type that if, you know, there's something going on, that his friends are in danger or Hogwarts is in danger, like he's going to try and get to the bottom of it. So that's all I took it as, is that just like Arthur kind of understands, the longer Harry and Ron have been friends, sort of understands Harry's personality, and just that he and Ron seem to end up in these situations at the end of every year.
So this is like, Harry, be cool. Like, I know that you spaz out, just be cool about this one.
Yeah. I think how off guard it caught Harry, though, and how J.K. Rowling, like, really makes that a point that, like, Harry kind of is just puzzled by why Arthur would say that, might lend itself to some foreshadowing. I could see this becoming a thing that bothers Harry so much over the next however many weeks, months, that like he finally gives in and does go looking for clues. So
it's just one of those things where, like, how do you get a 13-year-old to do what you want them to do? Like, if you tell them not to do something, they're going to want to do it.
Right.
If you tell them to do something, they're not going to want to do it.
Right.
So you can just lie and say, oh man, I really hope that you don't keep to yourself and keep out of trouble. That would be awful. That would disappoint me as an adult.
So is Harry basically an adopted Weasley child at this point?
I mean, I think that's kind of the sense you get, practically. Molly gives him hugs and sandwiches, and there's love there.
Yeah, I really enjoyed, I don't remember what page it's on, but the fact that Harry kind of gets excited when Mrs. Weasley gives him an extra hug.
Yeah, it's near the top of page 72.
Yeah.
He was embarrassed, but really quite pleased.
Well, you gotta keep in mind, kid's never been hugged.
Yeah, he's just never been hugged.
Like, who has ever hugged him? Other than, like, Ron and Hermione. Or Hagrid.
Dudley has probably, like, crushed him. Like, sat on him. Or, like, tried to squeeze
those are the same
air out of him. I guess hugs are very intention-based. Yeah, that's something I didn't pick up on as much, but I like that observation. He has never been hugged. That's an episode title, Harry's First Hug. So we finally get on the train, and we meet the new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher. Had you been thinking much about who was going to do this job?
Yeah, I was hoping that they were going to put a little more time and effort into the hiring process.
And did they?
It's kind of hard to tell at this point. From the description, it seems like they found a hobo laying outside the leaky cauldron. So we'll see how that goes. But I get a weird feeling about him.
Why is that?
Because of the sneakoscope.
Oh, interesting. That ties together two things from the rundown, Braden. That's great.
I don't really know what to expect with this guy, but the fact that the sneakoscope was freaking out the whole time they were talking while he was sitting in the same, like, compartment of the train.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That I couldn't separate those two in my head.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That's really very observant of you. I mean, there's no one else in the compartment with them.
Right. So I don't trust this dude. And it's weird because he was asleep the whole time, but was he really asleep?
Oh, true. And that kind of gets at our whole discussion about how do sneakoscopes work? Is it based on being an untrustworthy person? Or do they have to be doing an untrustworthy action specifically at the time?
To me, it's just an untrustworthy person.
So then if he's asleep but untrustworthy, it would still apply.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not buying that he was asleep the whole time.
Oh, okay. Why
And
not?
I think the sneakoscope just judges, like, the motives of said person. Why don't I think he was actually asleep?
Yeah, do you have anything to base that on? Or?
No, just, solely off of the sneakoscope thing. Like, sure. I think he was listening to Harry tell Ron and Hermione about the whole Sirius Black situation.
I mean, it stands to reason that an adult wouldn't be able to sleep in the compartment with three kids talking and the rain and the shutting. You're on a train. I'm sure that's ambient noise.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay. Sneakoscope. That's good. And then we kind of go into Hogsmeade conversation. They're talking about different sort of shops that are in Hogsmeade and attractions. I wanted to kind of circle back to that Hogsmeade thing. Do you have any thoughts or expectations for what's going to come of Hogsmeade?
I just sort of view it as a giant shopping mall for wizards.
I mean, in a way that's different from Diagon Alley, or it's just like another location that's more convenient to the school?
Well, I guess I would liken it more to... Well, I don't know. Didn't you say there's like historical sites at it as well?
Yeah, there's a couple. They talk about that. Hermione talks about it.
So maybe more of like a tourist attraction than a shopping mall. Mm-hmm. But I don't think... It doesn't really sound like they're gonna go. Right? Because like nobody's gonna let Harry out of their sight.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have his permission slip signed.
Maybe Harry sneaks on with the invisibility cloak.
You think? I mean, later on, Dumbledore specifically says that they don't work on Dementors. I think Harry's going to be more careful than that.
Are Dementors in Hogsmeade?
Well, we saw them at the entrance to Hogwarts, so you're going to have to pass by them.
Do you think they're specifically looking for Harry as they guard the doors of Hogwarts?
I don't know. What do you think? Where are the Dementors there?
I mean, probably. I don't really understand what those guys do or what they are.
That's fair. It has not been explained to you.
Yeah. That was all very vague in these 2 chapters, which I realize it's probably supposed to be. I didn't know what to do with those.
Or at least you've heard their name. I mean, before now, they've just been the Azkaban guards.
Yeah. Seeing them as Azkaban guards and reading their description did make more sense of the Prison Mike episode of The Office.
Right, of course.
Now I understand why he said that about jail. Because up until my Harry Potter experience, I didn't understand.
That was just a gibberish line.
Yeah, I was just kind of like, I know that's from Harry Potter, but I don't know why you threw that in there.
So what is your perception of Dementors to this point in terms of... I mean, we can sort of get right into it. Harry sees a Dementor and he does pass out.
Mm-hmm.
Why do they affect Harry so badly? What do they do to people in general? What's hitting you about Dementors, at least from like a guess that you might have at this point?
Well, I guess what bothers me about him is that Dumbledore's so anti-Dementor.
So you're already anti-Dementor. We just trust Dumbledore.
Well, I mean, it kind of makes me question them. Because I don't feel like Dumbledore just goes outright and opposes people like that. Like, that's not something we get from him a lot. He's usually pretty neutral.
So this is just serving to put you kind of on your guard about them.
Yeah, like, I'm kind of skeptical. Like, I don't know, they seem sort of... I'm trying to think of the way to describe it. Like, no one knows whose team they're actually on.
Hmm.
You know? Like, they're kind of... Help me with a word here.
Hey, I don't know where you're trying to go. They are not neutral or ambivalent.
I think ambivalent is what I'm looking for.
So they don't care? Ambivalent is like, I could take it or leave it.
I don't know. More like...
I mean, at the very least, we can't trust that they are actively good.
Right. I'm viewing them more as like a mercenary.
Sure. And mercenaries can be bought. That's the whole point.
Right. So, to me, I feel like Sirius Black could use the Dementors.
Oh, interesting.
Or could strategically, I don't know, maybe they don't like actually agree to help him, but he kind of like knows the ins and outs of Dementors from being in Azkaban so long and can kind of like...
He manipulates them. He
manipulates them. Yes.
He's able to utilize what he knows about them.
Yeah. Able to manipulate them is exactly what I'm trying to say. I'm really struggling with descriptions.
So what does he know about them? I mean, you know that Dementors do what? In your head, like a Dementor is a thing that blank.
See, that's what I don't understand. That's what we were talking about before the episode. Like, I realize that they are used as defense or guards, but like, I don't know what they do. All they do is make you really cold inside. And apparently they send Harry into like a seizure.
But not anybody else. Why is that?
I I don't know. I feel like it all ties back to his parents being murdered, and like there's some sort of like this team seems all too similar to the whole
Harry can hear snakes.
yeah, that kind of thing. Like it's always just him.
So we're just chalking this up to like, Harry's weird. Like Harry's just the only one that does all this stuff, so like whatever.
Well, I think that the Dementors probably know who he is. You know what I mean?
Even among Dementors, he's famous.
Yeah. And I don't know if Dementors were once part of, like, the dark arts, like with Voldemort.
Sure.
Or... I have no information on them right now, other than they make you really cold, and they're basically, like, cloaked ghosts.
I was trying to combine the word cloak and ghosts, and I couldn't come up with anything.
Closts.
Closts. They're gokes.
Gokes.
Glokes. So that they have a hand. I mean, that's about all we know about them. They're cloak and a hand, and you get cold.
Apparently they're terrifying, because everyone was, like, shrieking, and all the lights went out, and I don't understand why they came on the train in the first place.
That's fair. I mean, Lupin says, what does he say? So we're looking here near the bottom of page 85. Hermione is describing to Harry what happened when he passed out, and she says that Lupin pulled out his wand and said, "None of us is hiding Sirius Black under our clothes. Our cloaks. Go." So, I mean, I guess that's the best clue that we have. But they do seem to be drawn to Harry.
And the fact that they are looking for Sirius Black and are drawn to Harry, I mean, I guess that just confirms that, like, they know that he's looking for Harry too.
Yeah, but are they on his side or are they on the Ministry's side?
Yeah.
Are they like, oh, cool, our guy's looking for Harry, we can help with that?
Or did they just locate Harry for Sirius Black?
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't trust these guys. I don't know.
I mean, we know they have hands. They could be texting him right now.
They could be. Or maybe they know sign language. And he's, like, hiding behind the castle.
Sure.
They're, like, throwing him signals.
He's like, we're just waiting for them to scratch their hood. And that means
he's on the train.
Oh, how many? It's 3 scratches. He's in the back compartment. They had a very elaborate set of hood scratch signals.
I feel like the Dementors are really good at Kemps.
Wow, that's a very Harry Potter times like Midwestern middle school card games.
That is my prediction, is that the Dementors are really good at Kemps.
Okay, so we're going to see Dementors again at a Kemps tournament.
Yes.
Okay, now, crucially, do you spell Kemps with an E or an I?
We were actually having this discussion last night with our small group from church.
That's unlikely.
Yeah, we played it. I've always thought of it with an E.
Sure. Phonetically, right. That's how you don't say Kemps.
Yeah, you sort of say Kemps, but there were people there last night that were very adamant that it was I. And
we always said you have K-I.
So you think it's I?
I mean, like, I don't know. I wouldn't say like I think it. I would say that's just like what we did.
Okay. Well, here's the more important question.
Okay.
If
possible.
We got into a big argument about this last night. Some people left the church, some people left the faith. It was wild. No, I'm kidding. But if you don't have any points,
sure,
or don't have any letters or whatever, but someone calls you out for counter Kemps or whatever. I found out last night some people say stop Kemps or
some people do say that.
Anti Kemps.
No, what?
Yeah, someone said that.
Nope.
So, anyways, do you go to, like, we were calling it negative K?
Sure.
Or, like, basically the whole idea is that you are now in a hole. Like, you can't just... Because at that point, if you didn't, the argument was, you could just say stop Kemps, counter Kemps, whatever, whenever you wanted, with no consequences, as long as you had no points.
Okay, so if I call counter Kemps, and I'm right... I get a point.
You get a point. And I lose a point if I had one.
And you lose a point? Okay.
I think. I'm not entirely sure on that.
But if I...
The whole idea, though, is if someone falsely accuses, do they get penalized if they don't have any points? And we all kind of decided, like, majoritively decided, well, yeah, because then you could just accuse... You could do that every hand.
I thought that if you baited someone into calling counter Kemps on you, but you didn't have Kemps, then you got a point. And that was your punishment.
That could be the way it goes. I think all of us had not played it in so long that everyone was sort of fuzzy on what the actual rules were and the spelling of Kemps.
The spelling.
So
we had a little resurgence like my freshman year in college. Yeah. And I mean, I went to a very small Christian school, like that's what we did. And so my partner and I, we were like, wait, why don't we just have a word that we say, and then we say lots of other words in that category, and so no one knows which one it is. And so we would just be like, okay, it's going to be President James Buchanan. And so the whole game we're just going like Polk, Taft, John Quincy Adams, and we just start saying president names, and then someone says Buchanan, and we go Kemps. Everyone else was like, well, fun game of Kemps, guys.
That's a pretty good idea, really.
So... yeah, it is, but it's like it's just too good of an idea.
Yeah, because
like,
I feel
it's just
like
not
that
how the
kinda,
game's supposed to be played.
Yeah, that takes away from some of the competitive nature, I think.
It's unbeatable. Like there's no, it can't be hacked.
Right.
So we sort of changed it to be more of a. It had to be more of a tell or a clue, like in your courage to do something physical or.
Yeah.
That's my last experience with Kemps. All right, and so now that everyone's listening again, well, everyone not from the Midwest, we do eventually get to, is Kemps a Midwest game like euchre? I'm assuming it is.
Well, so that's what I was about to say. Honestly, all the Midwesterners are just skipping forward till we start talking about euchre.
Yeah, I mean, I have euchre thoughts for sure.
I'm a big euchre fan.
We don't need to get into that right now. If you're a big euchre fan, I would recommend Pinochle.
I've heard of that. I've never played it.
Pinochle is sort of, it's a lot like euchre with bids and trump and taking points and so forth, but you play with 2 decks, like 2 full decks of cards.
Interesting.
So there's just a lot more thinking and strategy, because euchre is like, oh, I got a bad hand, we lose, like, you can't, I mean, you have a little bit of recourse, like, there's some skill involved, but it's more of like a drinking game, like, you can play euchre whenever, you know? And so, eventually, my family, we got a little bit like, okay, let's graduate to like a more adult, I guess, I don't know.
Yeah.
Complicated version. So, Pinochle.
We'll check that out.
Can recommend it. I don't know if we play by the real rules because I was taught by Richard Merriman, but there you go.
Good point.
Yeah, I mean, like, what are you going to do? So, we get to Hogwarts, and we really only have 2 things before the end of the chapter of note. I think. If you disagree, please feel free to howl at me. We've got Malfoy. Okay, I guess there's 3 things. I didn't really put this in the rundown, but we do have the beginning of Malfoy stunting on Harry a lot. Malfoy finds out that Harry passed out, and he wants to tell everyone that he knows that it happened.
I just want to acknowledge that you just used the term stunt on.
Did I use it wrong?
No, it sounded good to me.
Okay, I'm sure I'll hear from...
I think maybe we should take an episode, it doesn't have to be this one, but like maybe in the next one just try to throw in as much like slang as possible.
Sure. I mean, we got pretty well roasted for my use of... oh, what was it? Extra. My use of extra.
Extra. Yo, he extra.
Yeah, man, he's so extra. So, I'm wary, you know? I'm wary. You're weary, and I'm wary.
You stay woke, is what you're trying to say.
I'm trying to stay woke.
Yeah.
I do want to point out the very top of page 88, the very top line. Shove off, Malfoy.
Oh, shove off.
Ron. Shove off, Malfoy.
Shove off, Malfoy.
Shove off, Malfoy is one of the very, very top Harry Potter quotes that worked its way into my lexicon and the lexicon of my friends.
Yeah.
It's a big Alex Ehrlich line. Shout out to Alex.
So that's just like the equivalent of telling someone to shut up?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shove off, Malfoy. Just like, screw you.
Yeah. I like that.
In like a friendly way.
Yeah.
Like you do it to your friends. You're not actually like being mean.
Yeah. No, I like that.
Like if they're making fun of you, you're like, just shove off, Malfoy. Yeah, so that's a good one. I just do say it a lot.
Well, that puts 2 in the arsenal, because I feel like you could do that, or you could do "get off me."
I could. I have not historically used "get off me" as much as "shove off Malfoy."
Yeah.
Until the pod. So now it's more of a "get off me" thing.
Yeah.
Get off me, Malfoy!
Get off me! Shove off!
Shove off me! So there's that. Then 2 really things happen. McGonagall calls Harry and Hermione into her office. Do you care about this? Did this stick out to you?
Well, that was weird that she didn't include Ron. Like, what's Ron supposed to do?
I mean, true, but on the other hand, how much do you really want McGonagall to be, like, worried about Ron's feelings? She's like, okay, I can just call Potter and Granger into my office. Oh, but then what? I know Weasley's their best friend, and what's he gonna think? And, like, like, should she or shouldn't she?
I mean, that's probably, I would say that's definitely not her thought process, but it's just awkward.
Yeah.
Those 3 are always together, so it's just kind of weird.
Like, they're gonna tell him.
Right. That was my whole thing, is like, if it's something that Ron can't hear, or you don't want Ron to hear, he's gonna hear it.
Just because of that.
Right. So that's kind of a stupid path to take, I guess, if that's what you're trying to accomplish.
So you're saying that McGonagall is a poor decision maker. McGonagall's dumb. What are you doing, McGonagall? Is this a beef?
Yeah, it's kind of beefy.
Bwah, 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 bwah.
Britain's beef!
It's just getting progressively beefier. Okay, let's see. McGonagall. I'm typing McGonagall with one hand, and it's just kind of a process.
McGonagall.
Shouldn't. Shouldn't has a D in it. Shouldn't. Exclude Ron. That'll be a new segment. It's just listening to me slowly type things.
And now awkward one-handed typing with Rogie.
I want like the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire sound effect at that point. So her meeting, she's just worried about Harry. That's the only reason he's there. Yep. Harry, I heard you passed out. I heard you were a wimp. Is that true?
Have you been practicing Quidditch?
Yeah, am I going to have to kick you off the team, or do we need a new seeker, or what's the deal?
Have you been taking the steroids I sent you? We need you bigger this year.
We gave you the invisibility cloak so you could practice during the summer in your room. You could put a cloak on, get on your broomstick, and just fly around the room. And then she talks to her, and then she makes Harry leave before she talks to Hermione?
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know what to do with that.
Just gonna file that one away.
I've kind of felt like later on in the divination class, you know how Hermione is sort of like almost disrespectful?
Yeah.
And very skeptical. And we find out later that McGonagall's not a big fan of, what do you say, Trelawney? Is that her name?
Yeah, Trelawney.
Whatever.
Don't care.
I felt like maybe that's what their conversation was about. It was kind of like, hey, these kinds of
just
things.
Just FYI, yeah. Go ahead and ignore what you hear in divination class.
Like, I really appreciate you trying to load up on these hard classes. This one is useless, and the lady that teaches it is nuts.
Wow. As a teacher, I'm trying to think. I don't know that I ever did that. I was always pretty supportive of my coworkers.
Yeah, but I mean, McGonagall is pretty openly not.
In this case, yeah.
In this case.
We can jump to that if you want. Professor, let's see, there's a McGonagall versus Trelawney relationship. Do you think that it's specifically, do you think it is just a scholarship issue?
No.
That she doesn't respect divination? Or like, one time Trelawney, like, stole her boyfriend and now she just, like, can never respect her as a person again?
I think that's exactly what happened. I think that at one point, McGonagall and Dumbledore were a thing. And
Dumbledore. That would be their couple name.
McGonaldor?
McGobbledore. It's got to have gobble in it. Like, you're not going to give me the option to have gobble in it.
It's McGumbledore.
McGumbledore.
But then McGonagall probably did like a sabbatical type thing, and young Dumby...
A sabbatical?
A sabbatical? A sabbonical?
A sabbonical? Yeah.
And maybe young Dumby kind of got in trouble messing around with Trelawney.
Trelawney came up, she was like, Albus, I see something good in your future.
Oh.
And he's like, oh yeah? Most respected after dark.
So then it became Trelumbledore? Trelumbledore?
Dumble'S.
So then McGonagall came back, and it was all like, no, you didn't.
I mean, but she didn't get back with Dumbledore. But
no, I mean, at that point, the trust was broken.
Yeah.
And McGonagall was just like, player's gonna play, you know?
So Trelawney broke up McGumbledore is now on the predictions column.
I'm okay with that.
That's pretty good. We don't want to give short shrift to Prof. Hagrid. I mean, we will talk more about Prof. Hagrid later, but...
I'm all about Prof. Hagrid.
Did this surprise
Dr.
you?
Hagrid, can we be respectful here?
Dr. Rubeus Hagrid.
Dr. Rubeus Hagrid.
Did this surprise you when it first came out?
It did. I mean, I guess I kind of glossed over at the end of the last book that Harry proved Hagrid innocent, and so the whole reason that he's been, like, basically just a groundskeeper is stupid and not real.
Yeah.
But I didn't think that they would be like, oh, well, in that case, you should be in supervision of the children and be teaching them things.
He went directly from being a convict to being a teacher.
Yeah, like that was kind of a quick reversal. And while I love Hagrid, and I'm really excited to see him as a teacher, I don't know that he is cut out for managing large groups of children. Does really well with 2 or 3.
He's got that on lock.
You put, I don't know, what are class sizes at Hogwarts?
Okay, I mean, like a single class would only be... It really depends on if you're going by the book or you're going by... JKR has said that, like, there were, like, 1,000 students at Hogwarts at one point or something. But as far as we know, there's just not enough kids in each grade to make that a reality from, like, what we see in the books.
Okay.
So it's just hard to say. I mean, like, when they take double classes with the Slytherins, I'm picturing, like, 25 kids.
Yeah, way too many for Hagrid.
That's like 24 too many.
Yeah,
20,
pretty
I guess
much.
like 22.
Pretty much.
So we'll talk a little bit more about the actual content of his teaching here in a little bit, which will be good. But now, a quick break to hear from our sponsors.
Hey girl, hey!
What's up?
Oh my gosh, why do you look so down in the dumps?
I'm just super upset.
What could even be upsetting to you? You're gonna get married.
I know.
You're engaged.
I know, and I'm going to look fabulous, but the problem is...
No problem.
No, I have a huge problem.
A problem?
Like a big prob. I literally can't find anyone to take video. I want video footage of me in this beautiful dress.
You gotta get a videographer.
I can't find one. I can't find any good ones.
Oh my gosh, haven't you heard of Logan R. Hayes?
Logan R. Hayes? Who is that?
He is only the greatest videographer. He does weddings and like short videos, and he like raps sometimes.
He's a rap guy?
Yeah, he can do it all.
Holy cow, if I wanted to like get in touch with Logan R. Hayes and maybe find out more about like what he does and maybe contact him about my wedding, how would I even do that?
OMG, do you remember his name?
Yeah, you just said it. It's Logan R. Hayes.
.com.
No way. So I just
Go
put
to
like
that.
3 W's in front of that and a dot?
Or don't even. It's not 1999 anymore. You don't have to type the www.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay, so
LoganRHayes.com.
I go to LoganRHayes.com. I don't even have to type the W's because it's like 2018.
Correct.
And then let's say that I really like his stuff. Is there any way I could get like a cool discount?
You gotta get a quote. You gotta see how much it's gonna be. Okay. Use code MUGGLE.
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 Cool. And what will that get me?
It gets you a discount on the quote. It's 10% on the quote.
Wow.
So then you can use that 10% to get a 10% more expensive dress.
You always have the best ideas.
I know what it's about, Braydenna.
Literally can't wait to get Logan R. Hayes to do my wedding videographer.
Oh my gosh, he's gonna do all of my videographer. It's gonna be the best. I love you.
It's gonna be so lit.
I love you.
I love you too.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
And we're back. Chapter 6, Talons and Tea Leaves. So I kind of have a little bit of a flowchart discussion here. We get a lot of Malfoy and the Slytherins making fun of Harry. And that sort of leads us into a broader discussion about how Dementors impact everyone else. I didn't know if you found this to be helpful at all in your sort of formation of what it is that a Dementor is and does. We hear from Fred and George. We do hear that Malfoy specifically ran into Fred and George's compartment scared of the Dementor, so...
I wouldn't say it helped me. I still don't know what they are.
So we're here on 97. Sort of freezes your insides, said Fred. Nearly wet himself. Arthur came back home from Azkaban, weak and shaking. And then it says, they suck the happiness out of a place, Dementors. Do you think that's literal or figurative?
I think kind of figurative. Like, I feel like they kind of suck the soul out of someone.
Just because they're so awful? It's like, ugh, I gotta spend all of my time with these guys, and it's just hard to stay positive.
I guess. I mean, doesn't it say that, like, it's either Fred or George that says, like, a lot of Azkaban prisoners end up going mad?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if it's like I'm thinking about the word Dementor. Like demented?
Yeah.
Mental? Like, do they mess with your mind? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you know that JKR likes to do that with the roots of words and stuff. Could be. Interesting thought.
Could be.
We get a little bit of Ron looking at Hermione's schedule and is like, Hermione, you're taking 3 classes at the same time.
This one's at 9. And this one's at 9.
And this one, blimey, it's at 9 too.
They're all at 9.
You out of your tree, Hermione? Did you sign up for all those classes for?
She talked to McGonagall about.
So Hermione's just like, shut up, Ron. Like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, shove off, Ron.
Yeah, shove off, Ron. And they just move on. Are you interested in this at all? Is this just like yep, that's Hermione, classic Hermione?
Well, Hermione says something about like, well, I talked to McGonagall and we fixed it. So, how did you fix it? Is that like an old schedule? Have the times actually changed? Why doesn't she care to explain that to Ron?
Maybe she is like doing independent study for some of the classes. I mean, she either isn't like, why would she not tell him? Because she can't, or because it's so insignificant that she doesn't feel like she needs to, right?
Right. Yeah. I'm normally on Hermione's side, but I do find the way she handles this a bit annoying. I kind of understand why Ron's getting frustrated.
I mean, even between best friends, maybe she just wants some privacy, I don't know.
I guess.
I find it hard to believe on page 99 that this is their 3rd year at this school.
I thought this too.
And they've never been to North Tower?
Yeah.
Which has got to be like a decent chunk of the school.
Right.
There's only so many towers.
I mean, I guess if you're looking at it from like a college, like I do, perspective, like there are buildings that you don't go into until, maybe later in your collegiate career, I guess. Like you haven't had a class in that building yet.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. It seems like Hogwarts is all kind of one connected thing.
Yeah, besides the greenhouses.
Right.
And so I guess we're just going to keep finding out more things about like Hogwarts. Hogwarts is sort of like, for lack of a better term, is like a character in the books, and you just keep finding more things out about it. In the first one, it's like, oh yeah, there's moving staircases, and then, oh yeah, also there's a bunch of stuff miles under the school. And
that's what I was going to say. Like, how many miles is there below the school is really what I want to know. There's so many.
Who can say? They're unfathomable. Sir Cadogan? Do you care?
Sir Cadogan.
Cadogan?
Cadogan.
Is it like, does it have like Doge in it, like the meme?
Doge.
Like, very nice. Wow. So painting.
Dude, those never get old to me. I don't want to like them, but man, they hit me right every time.
So now you're going to like this character more.
Yeah. Yeah, Sir Doge.
Sir Doge. Is he... What are your thoughts?
I really enjoyed... So again, I listened to these chapters audiobook. You're going to have to remind me for like the third episode in a row what the guy's name is that narrates.
Jim Dale.
I knew it was Jim. I was going to say Davis, though, so glad I didn't try that out loud.
Jim Davis is the guy that draws Garfield.
Okay, so basically the same thing.
Yeah. He's from Indiana.
Yeah. All the good ones are.
I don't care. Okay.
Get off me!
Shut off,
What I was trying to say is I enjoyed his impersonation of him. This was a fun scene in the audiobook.
Yeah, he's very like Victorian, sort of old-timey language.
Yeah. I think it's wild that you can... Like, I knew that pictures could move. I didn't know that people in the pictures could run to other pictures.
Yeah, so they can run anywhere in the same building. I mean, they have to go picture by picture, but they can move as much as they want laterally. And they can also go... If there's more than one portrait of the same person, they can go between those.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That would really, that would mess with my head.
It's like, I thought you were like 4 floors below me. Why are you up here now?
Which I guess that's really what Apple is trying to move towards, because now on iPhones, when you take pictures, they move when you're holding them down.
What are they called? Like live moments or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
My phone's way too old.
They're stealing that off of Harry Potter.
Yeah. It all comes back to stealing concepts from Harry Potter. The Doge eventually gets them there. And now I just kind of wanted to give you the floor. I think everyone wants to hear what you think about Professor Sybil Trelawney and divination class. How does this stack up to what you were picturing? And do you now know better what divination class is about?
Yeah, it's pretty much, I think, what we talked about. You asked me last episode, I think, what I thought divination was, and they literally talked about reading the tea leaves, and I think she said at some point in the term they'll get to palm reading. Mm-hmm. So it's literally just your crystal ball, weird lady that thinks she can tell the future.
Yeah.
That kind of stereotype thing. Which from the voice Jim Dale did and the little picture in the book above chapter 6, seems like that's what JKR was going towards as well. Mm-hmm. Weird, lady with tiny glasses wearing a blanket for an article of clothing.
Right.
It was, I guess what I took from that whole scene is more just how quick Hermione was to shoot everything down.
So what does this tell us about Hermione as a person?
She's becoming more bold.
Oh, okay, interesting. we're not surprised that she thinks it's Codswallop. We're surprised that she's willing to tell that to a teacher straight up.
Yeah, because doesn't it say in the text, like, Harry and Ron were shocked because she'd never spoken to a teacher like this?
Take a look here.
Harry and Ron stared at her with a mixture of amazement and admiration. They had never heard Hermione speak to a teacher like that before.
What page is this?
106. Because Trelawney reads Harry's tea leaves and says, "My dear, you have a deadly enemy." And Hermione says, "Yeah, duh." Ever heard of Voldemort?
So you're falling on Hermione's side here.
Yeah. And I think I'm skewed towards that because of what I learned later about how McGonagall thinks it's all kind of rubbish anyways. And
so, the book's kind of leading you to this conclusion.
I don't know. This is, to me, sort of a Lockhart-esque class, except this lady's an actual teacher and, can do things, but sort of the same, I don't know how serious we should take this.
But it's not entirely unseriously. I guess that's kind of what we are trying to figure out is, does this class have any merit? Is it mostly garbage, but there's a little bit of real stuff?
Well, my question is, they kind of made it sound like not everyone can do this. So how do you decide, who... is it only a few kids in every class that will actually be able to practice this? Is it a majority of them and just some of them won't have the eye for it or whatever? Or
yeah, she says the inner eye a lot. She talks about aura. On the bottom of page 107, I put in the rundown that Trelawney roasts Hermione. It's pretty savage. She says, "You'll forgive me for saying so, my dear, but I perceive very little aura around you. Very little receptivity to the resonances of the future." She's just like, you're gonna be bad at this class, Hermione.
And maybe that's more why Hermione's so, on edge with this whole and skeptical of this class. I think Ron kind of points that out later, and that's what starts the epic fight between them.
So it's the classic, is it a bad class? Is she a bad teacher? Or are you just bad at the subject and then you're taking that out on the teacher?
Are you just mad because you suck at this?
Been the subject of that debate. Can confirm. Kids don't like you, and so that means that you're a bad teacher and it's a bad class because, I don't like Spanish. And it's really that they just don't like me because I make them work or whatever.
The way you started that by saying in the subject of that debate reminded me of Perd Hapley.
And the subject of this subject is that I am referencing it. That's pretty good. So there is one more thing we want to touch on in divination class before we move on is the Grimm. Do you care at all about the Grimm?
Not really.
You just Hermione or Trelawney said it, so I just don't believe it.
That's kind of where I got to by the end of the chapter. Because McGonagall basically tells them, she says a kid's gonna die every year. Nobody's ever died. That line in itself is what, I don't take this Trelawney serious anymore.
Need I remind you that Harry did see a giant black dog?
Yeah, that's weird. I don't think Harry's gonna die, so I'm not that worried about it.
Okay, fair enough. Harry's not going to die. Briefly, I liked on page 110, Ron's still worried about the Grimm, and Hermione says, "Ron, cheer up," and pushes a dish of stew toward him. Ron's like, "Oh, okay, some stew. Oh, you're right. There's always stew in the world.
There's always this chicken wing in my pocket."
No reason to get too down. And then he spoons it onto his plate, and then picks up a fork to eat it. Is stew not what I think it is?
That's what I was going to ask you. Is stew in Britain something different?
Can I get a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire sound effect here? www.google.com.
Hey man, it's 2018. You don't have to type www.
What is stew in British English? No, not how to pronounce stew. I get that. do a type of food consisting usually of meat or vegetables. This is not helpful. I'm seeing like a still from a YouTube video, and it looks like something I would describe as a pot roast.
So either way, not edible with a fork.
Steak and kidney stew. It's got to be very chunky for a fork to be your preferred utensil.
Right.
I would imagine. So there's that. And now we get to COMC, Care of Magical Creatures. Where does this rank for you in classes you care about now? Did this just shoot way up the charts?
Yeah, it's at the top.
Why?
Mostly because Hagrid is teaching it.
Mm-hmm.
2, because I feel like this is going to open my eyes a lot to these new movies that have been coming out. Fantastic Beasts stuff.
Nice.
3, I love the entire idea of a hippogriff.
Yeah, so I had that on there. Let me hear what you think about hippogriffs as a creature, and then what you think about the lesson on hippogriffs.
Okay, so 1, hippogriffs basically, to me, sound like something that should be plastered on the American flag. Like that is it's like a bald eagle with the body of a stallion. So, sorry to any of our non-American listeners, but a hippogriff sounds like the most American thing of all time to me.
America.
Like I want my own herd of hippogriffs. I want to be like a hippogriff rancher.
Like there's different breeds that have different like colorations on
yes.
them, and
yes,
you're like trying to break a wild hippogriff stallion, going like, whoa,
easy there, girl.
Yeah, like that commercial where the guy's trying to tame the Toyota trucks. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And he just like throws him out.
Yeah. So, really like hippogriffs. I'm assuming that is what Harry is riding on the cover of the book.
I, fun fact, don't have the dust jacket for this one.
Okay.
So I'm just looking at like a blank hardcover. But yes.
Well, yeah, it's a hippogriff, and it looks like Ginny is on the hippogriff with him. And they're just riding this majestic beast through the evening sky.
First date?
Possibly, yeah.
Just a strong first date.
Oh, yeah.
Bold.
Harry goes all in.
If you don't like me at my hippogriff, then you don't deserve me at my saving the world.
Get you someone that looks at your hippogriff like that.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that looks at you the way that Hagrid looks at a hippogriff or something.
That's better. That's better. That's what I should have said.
Let's see, what page am I on here? Page 113. That book comes back, the Monster Book of Monsters. Mm-hmm. And Hagrid's like legitimately sad. He goes, "You've got to stroke 'em." And just be like, Hagrid, let's just chill with our use of the word stroke here.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's Malfoy kind of tries to make him look like an idiot. Because Hagrid thinks that they all should have just known that. And is starting to realize now that none of them have even opened their books.
Because they physically couldn't.
Right. Because it would result in bodily injury.
So this is seems like it's going to be a classic Hagrid trope, which is that he forgets that he's a half giant and knows all about these creatures and sort of doesn't give all of the information. He just sort of assumes that kids are going to know this and that. And that might get him into some trouble. What did you think about Harry volunteering to interact with the hippogriff at the beginning of the lesson?
Say that again. What did I think about Harry volunteering at the start of the lesson?
So, I don't know if you care, but I mean, some of the students were very like, "Oh, Harry, you can't go. Remember, you're supposed to die tomorrow."
Yeah.
Did that stick out to you? Did you think Harry volunteered as sort of to stick it to that, or?
No, I guess I read it more as like they were so concerned about Hagrid not falling on his face in his first lesson as a teacher.
Gotcha. So it's to support him.
Yeah, which I appreciated.
I feel like I definitely had students that volunteered so that I wouldn't look like I wasn't teaching the class anything because no one knows,
Yeah.
I had students that did that. Shout out to Wyatt. Shout out. Who else listens to this? The Dillies. Shout out Dillies.
Dilly dilly.
Yep. I'm sure they've never heard that one.
It's just, I mean, it's an alley-oop sitting there. You're not going to not dunk it.
Yeah, gotta dunk it. Yeah, so I guess this kind of gets into what are your thoughts on how the lesson went and the whole process of greeting a hippogriff, of getting to go and touch it and ride it.
I found it kind of comical. Like, you have to, like, bow to it and let it kind of size you up and let it decide whether it thinks you are worthy of respect. I think the lesson itself is a huge success because Malfoy bled.
That's what you should gauge it on.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know Hagrid ends up kind of upset, but I think it's a huge success.
I mean, they demonstrate, which is good.
Yeah.
He walks Harry through it.
I think hippogriffs are going to play into the epic showdown with Sirius Black.
Okay.
Like, I'm glad we have those on our side now, and that Harry knows his way around a hippogriff.
So it's hippogriffs versus Dementors.
I think so.
In like a game of basketball.
In a game of Kemps.
Can you just fly in a game of Kemps? Oh no, the hippogriffs are screwed. They don't even have hands. Oh man. That's going to be tough. Yeah, Malfoy gets attacked. Malfoy versus Buckbeak.
Yeah, can we just talk about that name? That's awesome.
The name Buckbeak. I want more hippogriff names.
More hippogriff names.
Please call in with more hippogriff names. Leave us a Howler.
If you don't want to call, just leave a hippogriff name somewhere.
Just start scratching them into bathroom stall doors.
No, on one of our social media outlets.
Oh, okay. Just buy some spray paint and find a train and just write
Buckbeak.
I don't know, Leatherhide or Talon face. Just on it. Claw wing. I'm just naming parts of animals.
Death feather.
Death. They're all really violent.
Yeah.
It's great. So that'll be good. So Harry flies on him. That's got to be terrifying.
It didn't seem like it was very comfortable. I didn't really get the feeling that Harry actually enjoyed it.
Oh no, I mean he pretty explicitly says he doesn't enjoy it. Hagrid goes, "Don't pull out any of his feathers. He won't like that." And Harry's like, "Excuse me." He's raising his hand this is all feathers. There's nothing else to grab.
Well,
I can't grab the
is he
feathers.
still wearing the collar, or did he take that off? Because I suppose you in the picture on the cover of the book, Harry has a rope tied to his collar.
I don't think it's mentioned because they're in a paddock. A paddock.
Right.
Which, what's the point of putting things that can fly into a paddock?
I was kind of thinking that too, but
whatever.
They need a place to roam and graze.
Malfoy. I knew it must have been if Potter could do it. I bet you're not dangerous at all, are you? Are you, you great ugly brute? And Buckbeak is just shove off, Malfoy? Screw you?
Gah! And then just rips his arm open.
I'm a giant horse eagle. And then this just makes me upset every time. Because Malfoy's going, I'm dying, it's killed me. You go to a magic school with a nurse that can regrow bones and cure the common cold in the snap of her fingers. There's just you're gonna be fine.
Right. Yeah, and Hagrid's just kind of nope, it didn't kill you, unfortunately.
But he carries Malfoy to the hospital wing.
Well, yeah, you can't just leave him laying out there, then you'll be fired for sure.
Is Hagrid gonna be fired?
I don't know. We don't find out, do we? He thinks he is, so he goes ahead and gets plastered.
His first day of school. Just drowns his sorrows.
Is that what you did after your first day of teaching?
I feel like I watched 4 episodes of House that day for some reason. We watched a lot of House that first year. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to ask you about Malfoy's reaction is sincere? Is he actually this hurt?
No.
No?
No, he's just trying to get Hagrid fired.
Why?
Because Hagrid obviously is a friend of Harry, Ron, and Hermione.
That's all it takes. And Malfoy's like, well, we're mortal enemies now. Better start lying.
That, and he's supremely loyal to Dumbledore, and obviously Lucius Malfoy's got something against Dumbledore.
Sure.
Maybe Dumbledore was with Mrs. Malfoy at one point. Who's to say?
Wow. Young Dumble's got game. So basically, Malfoy just views everything in terms of like, I'm on the evil side and you guys are good, so like I'm just going to do whatever it takes to attack you.
Like, when deciding if he hates a thing, does this thing or person like or treat Harry Potter well? If the answer is yes, then I hate that thing or person.
And just actively is going to sabotage it.
Yeah, I think so.
Just a very clear line in the sand drawn for Draco Malfoy with his life decisions.
And his hairstyling decisions.
Just a strong part.
Yeah. There's a clear line drawn there.
He really gets lined up. Do you remember when Jacob went to Miami when he was in college and got them to do like one of those, it sort of looked like the blip on like a heart monitor, you know? There's like a line and then like some...
I did not know he did this.
Other lines? Okay, I'll find a picture of it and post it.
I respect him a little less now.
To the Facebook page. He went with one of his friends and they went to the barber shop and his friend was like from Miami and Jacob just said, give me like a Miami haircut, like a typical Miami. And the guy was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, we don't talk that way.
So I'll just trim an EKG line in his head. Cool.
So it's pretty good. And then Hagrid sobers up. All it takes is just dunking your whole head in a barrel of water. That's normal. And he just rips into Harry.
Yeah, that got kind of aggressive quickly there at the end. Are we sure that sobered him up?
Have you ever read Of Mice and Men?
No.
Okay. Then this reference isn't going to be as useful.
Okay.
It's basically about a guy who's sort of like a man-child. Like he's a huge, like physically imposing big guy, but has the mentality of like a 5-year-old. And so his whole thing is that he just like accidentally hurts things.
Okay.
And it's not malicious. It's just like he's petting a bunny and it hops away and he gets mad and like swats it or whatever and it just like crushes it because he's so big. And so it is definitely not a comedy. Like, I'm not going to spoil Of Mice and Men to our listeners, but I'm synopsizing it very quickly here. So I was going to ask if you were worried that Hagrid accidentally is ever going to like push Harry and launch him through a wall or something. Harry, dang it, like whops him on the head and Harry like just his head slams into the table.
What are you doing outside at night? Sends him through the wall of his hut.
Yeah. And Harry's just like,
Whoops, sorry.
Yeah.
Squeezes him and crushes him.
I mean, it talks about him giving Harry like bone-crushing hugs. Harry gets hugged, okay? There's nothing wrong with a hug.
Hashtag Harry gets hugs.
Hashtag Harry gets hugs. A normal hashtag that everyone uses.
Yeah. Harry hugs.
Harry hugs. Anything else you want to make sure we touch on from chapters 5 and 6?
I don't think so.
I think it's a good pair of chapters. They're dense, they're rich in plot and characterization, they move fairly quickly, and we're excited to see what's next.
Who watches Fang while he's teaching?
I feel like Fang knows the score. Fang is like, I'll go lay down.
Yeah, just lay.
And so maybe he goes into the class, and she's like, hey guys, and they're like, hey Fang.
Maybe.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's like how some shops, have like a dog that lives there.
Yeah.
My picture is kind of like that.
Yeah.
Everyone just gets it.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I think next week we're going to read 3 chapters. 3 chapters.
3 chapters!
Yeah, it's not as good as yours. I think we're going to go 7 through 9. We are taking a week off. We've been trying to do every week. It'll be way past Christmas by the time you hear this, listener, probably. But we're not going to record next week on the week of Christmas. Instead, we'll record on New Year's. So 3 chapters, I think, will kind of get you through that 2-week period a little better.
Definitely.
Sort of the hope. Any parting thoughts? I wanted to ask you, I guess we didn't really get it. I was going to ask you about Lupin. You just worried about the sneakoscope. Okay, we got to that. You corrected Kemp's to an E? Come on. We don't think Hagrid's going to get, the jury's out on if Hagrid's going to be fired.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get fired. I think maybe they'll bring in somebody to help teach the class with him.
Gotcha.
Which is probably not a ridiculous idea.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess. He at least needs some lesson planning instruction.
Yeah.
Don't we all, really? So that'll be good. Anything you want to say to our listeners before, really in 2018?
Happy New Year. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Shout out to all of our Jewish listeners. Thanks for listening to Muggle's Perspective. We kind of gave the spiel at the beginning. Subscribe, rate, and review. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Just really, for me, it's not so much about get our listener base up or spread the word. It's just like engage, interact with us.
Yeah.
We post on Facebook so that to hear from you. Like, that's what makes it fun. So.
Yep. It gives us added content, then we can kind of respond to it.
Yes.
So.
It's always good.
That's fun.
Yeah. Let us know what you think. If you have a complaint, let us hear it. It's at least something. All content is good content.
So what was the thing we wanted to... Oh, we wanted you to post or call in with names of... I'm forgetting the name of those things. Hippogriffs. Hippogriff names. I would still love to hear wizarding band names if you've got one of those that you've been hanging on to.
I want to hear the name of, like, a hippogriff band.
That's just a great band name in itself, the Hippogriffs.
The Hippogriffs?
Harry and the Hippogriffs.
I don't know if the time is right to tell you this, but there is a genre of music called wizard rock.
What?
This just exists. Harry and the Potters, Draco and the Malfoys. There are wizard bands. I can't give away too many of the names because I don't want to spoil anything.
Are they on Spotify?
Yes. Oh, yeah. So for our Harry Potter themed Halloween party, I just looked up a wizard rock playlist on Spotify. And, yep, just put that on.
That is hilarious.
And it's just songs that are like, Harry and Ron and it's just about Harry Potter. Yeah, and if there is not a band called the Hippogriffs, I would be shocked.
If there's not, I think we need to start one.
Yeah. And Jeremy and Jessica and Hannah all have to be in it. And Rachel.
Yep. And George.
Oh, yeah. George just would love to go to a concert. He'd be so happy. Just running around, seeing all the people.
Thanks, as always, to producer Jeremy and editress Jessica.
Yes, thank you. Trivia Tuesday.
And with that,
bye.
See ya. Hang on just a second, Rogi. Can we pause?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. What?
Hi, Hannah.
Do I need to take it out? Okay.
You gonna take the trash out?
Rogi says hi, and he thinks we're talking about trash. Like I need to take the trash out.
Is that not what it was?
Talking about the frozen pizza that is currently in the oven.
Oh, she can take it out. That's fine.
We're good. All right. Love you too.
Oh. Keep that in, Jeremy.
Okay. We're back.
Okay.
I took
Where
the trash
were you?
out.